Now, today the world is reflecting on global accessibility awareness, and it is observed every third Thursday of May. And today we shall be talking about digital accessibility. Across the world, there are 1.3 billion persons with disability, and in Africa, 16% of Africa's 1.4 billion persons are persons with disabilities. So to have this conversation is Julius Mbura. He is the Legal and Advocacy Officer at Enable. Karibu sana, Julius.
Asante sana.
Great. Now today, what exactly are we reflecting on when we talk about Global Accessibility Awareness Day?
So the day is supposed to make us reflect on what steps have been made to make sure that persons with disabilities are not left out, especially in the digital environment. We are in the digital era, so every person with disability should have a form of access to online and also information. So when we say that we are going digital, it means that every platform, every website, every app, or any digital asset should be super accessible for persons with disabilities. This includes components like screen readers that blind people like me use, sign language interpretation or closed captioning, and also for those who have cognitive and neurodiverse, simplified language so that they understand.
As we reflect on this, what is the current state in Kenya in terms of accessibility?
I would say we are not badly off, but we need to embrace different aspects of accessibility because what the challenge has been over the past few years is that we preach accessibility, but the people who are coming up with different platforms, websites, they don't embed accessibility from the get-go. So it becomes an issue. Say, for example, when I try access a service or a product, if it's not accessible, if it's not built with accessibility, then it becomes a barrier. Yeah.
And it's good that you mentioned the barriers. So I'd like to understand the people who are supposed to be solving these problems. Are they aware of it? And I know that there's a law that was signed into, an act that was signed into law the other day by the president.
Yeah.
Please tell us how this is also going to change the landscape for accessibility by persons with disabilities.
I would say most people are not aware, and what needs to happen now is that we need to raise awareness on what accessibility, digital accessibility looks like. And as Enable, we are at the home of ensuring that persons with disabilities, starting with visually impaired, get the computer skills that they need to ensure that they also integrate into the digital environment. The law that you're saying, the Disability Act of 2025, it has given provisions, and it actually says that all public and private sector should ensure, and it's a must, that they comply to the ICT accessibility standard. If you're wondering what this is, it's a standard that actually, with conjunction with KBC, we launched, and it's the first ICT accessibility standard in Africa. So what we've done is that we've broken down these different aspects of what ICT accessibility looks like and what needs to be done, even by suppliers or procurement officers, to ensure that even gadgets that are coming in and devices, they are very accessible. There's what we call assistive technology. Assistive technology enables persons with disabilities to have that access of information and also have the navigational independence that they require. Like, for example, when I'm using my phone, I'm using a screen reader, which is essentially an assistive technology. Yeah.
We know that we are in the digital world right now, and a lot of opportunities are online. Please tell us the impact of not including or ensuring that there is inclusivity in these platforms. What exactly does it do, or what kind of opportunities are persons with disabilities missing?
We miss a lot of opportunities, starting with education. Right now with the CBE, they are very dependent on online these ICT devices. So if they are not accessible, then persons with disabilities, and you can imagine, say for blind students, the primary communication method for them is Braille. that is not in any way ICT compliant. So if you don't make sure that they have the right tools, the right accessibility features, then they are missing out on education. We're missing out on public and even private services like healthcare, because right now SHA has gone, digital, and even the government services, the e-citizen. If it's not accessible, the whole platform, then it means I cannot get in and actually navigate from point A to point B by myself. So it begs that we depend on other people, which takes a lot of independence from us, and also infringes on privacy. So even for the elections, I know we are headed there, if they're not made accessible, then we don't participate. So we miss out on participation on different levels of even developing economy in Kenya if we don't make them accessible.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell us about any initiatives that are being taken to just increase this awareness and ensure that there's more coverage.
There are so many initiatives. I'll talk about some of them. We have the Inclusive Africa Conference, which is a conference that we plan as Enable, and we bring thought leaders in the disability space from all over the world. We bring on board different African countries, up to 30 of them. And what we do is that we compare what is being done on the ground and what needs to be done. There are innovators that come, and this is happening coming next month from 3rd to 5th, where we'll be having, innovators, venture capitalists, people who've been in the space and who are really driving positive change, and also trying to talk and looking forward to what technology holds for persons with disabilities, like AI. And we have also people who are trying to pioneer solutions that will help persons with disabilities, like white canes that are smart canes, and also different movements like what we've seen with the Disability Act, which is very positive, and also different policies that are being brought on board, like the ICT accessibility standard.
Right.
Yeah.
So as we come to a close of this conversation, Julius, I'd like you to speak to Kenyans on what they can do to support persons with disabilities, even if it's from a personal standpoint.
Yeah, I would say in whatever capacity, if you think and if you can contribute positively to digital accessibility. We are also still struggling with physical accessibility. Just do it at your level, and if we combine the efforts of different people, different sectors, then you find that inclusion becomes easier, because we cannot drive and we cannot talk about disability inclusion if there is no digital accessibility at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. That is Julius Mbura, Legal and Advocacy Officer at Enable, just reflecting on exactly what it means for persons with disabilities to have access to digital platforms and products so that they can also live a normal life like everyone else.